what does it mean being in the PwC centre for your business?
Well, we took some time to make decisions about relocating back to the CBD. We were confident that was where we wanted to be, and the tenant mix attracted to us, the structural integrity of the building, our ability to attract and retain sort of our staff over the next sort of 5 to 10 years is integral to the growth of our business. And this building, because of the engineering behind it, because it's an A-grade building with 130% MBS, really attracted us to start the journey to come to this building.
Right. What does it mean being in the PwC centre for your staff?
I think what we see is we see engagement, we see enhanced productivity, the access to the amenities, being the park, being the retail, being around our key stakeholders, the other professional services firms, the ability to see our clients, to go to a cafe, to do business the way that a number of us have traditionally thought that business is done in Christchurch. I think has been one of the key attributes for our staff really sort of reacting positively to coming back into town, and particularly being housed in this beautiful building.
Yeah. So obviously you had a few options when you were looking at office space. What are the benefits of being in the PwC building compared to say other lower cost alternatives?
Interesting question. I mean, we did have, there was a plethora of office space, coming back online. Ultimately, what clinched it for us was was you and Mark and your other partners in terms of the ability to interact, to have honest conversations about the lease negotiations. The fact that the building was such a preeminent building was great, but the ability to actually engage in a conversation without the use of an agent, with some people who we trusted, who were clients of ours, really sort of lent itself to a relatively seamless decision-making process, and sort of by the same token, the fit out sort of then as well. So it wasn't just the build. Then obviously we had to work out what we wanted around the space, the single footprint, being able to house sort of our current needs, and the future growth, was attractive. And then working with Armitage Williams to both sort of design and then build the space that we've got, along with the quality of that space has been a pleasurable experience. And we've done a lot of integrations of our offices, a lot of moves, a lot of lease negotiations, and by far, whereas this should have been the most complex, the most challenging, it was actually possibly one of the easiest I've ever been involved in.
Other aspects of the building and the design and the philosophy that align with the principles of your own business?
I think so. I think one of the great things about this building is how bold it is. It stands out on the landscape. As developing landlords, you took some huge risks in developing the site. That really sort of aligns with our view. I think sort of the integrity that you've shown throughout the process, and I think the integrity of the building. I mean, the fact that we moved in here on 14th of November, and for a lot of people will know that's the same day as the earthquakes in Kaikoura. The fact we walked into a building that had sort of the steel beams as they were. We could see the movement that those beams, it performed and behaved exactly as it should have done, and right from day one, our staff had confidence that this was the building to be in.
Great, thanks. Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. I think that the Bridgewater's application for the Property Council Awards, in my view, is one which should be considered sort of very strongly. the team here have engaged incredibly well with the wider community. Not just us, but the other tenants in this building. But their commitment to developing this area, being the West End, the collaboration with other landlords in the space, stands apart from some of the other buildings and developments that we've seen in town. So we commend you for that and wish you all the very best with your application.